Bit unexpected. We just decided to do this on a whim the other day, but we're gonna talk about Naruto. Uh,
Total whim.
and we is only me and Tyler. This is the rare Willard Tyler book club collab. These are I don't know if this has ever happened before actually on the channel.
We've done one.
I've done stuff solo with Joe and stuff solo with Bradley. That's usually like book stuff, and then Joe was like a tier list here or two, but it's usually you, me, Joe, doing stuff like Dan to Dan on the side.
We did that, but I've also done we did the I joined you and Bradley for tier lists for Warm and Packed.
Yeah, well, that's a trio. This is our first
Yeah.
duo collab in like 5 years
Ooh.
of channel. That's crazy.
Ooh, gee.
No one else likes Naruto. Ooh, that's their loss.
No, they don't. No Naruto haters. So, I started watching Naruto when it aired for the first weekend ever, actually, on Toonami back in
Holy!
2007.
I used to watch. I used to see the commercials, and I was like, "What is that? That looks kind of cool." But I didn't watch it for a while.
This is props because my cousin actually showed it to me. I was hanging out over at my cousin's house one night. We grew up, we watched Avatar: The Last Airbender together. Um, and I think they were kind of overlapping around the same time.
They were. I think I remember that. What a time to be a kid. That's too much good media for kids to consume.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. 2005 actually was the first date airing of it. But yeah, it was back then. Back on Viz Media on Cartoon Network's Toonami. Yeah, it was a good time. I think I watched it all the way through the tuning exams. Um,
At some point, you discover what subbed anime is, and LimeWire and whatever the fuck that we used to watch back then.
not at all. Uh, I had no concept of pirating anime or anything at that time. Uh, I would buy DVDs and shit still.
You were a Naruto DVD enjoyer.
I don't think I ever owned Naruto
Hmm.
DVDs. Um, yeah, I don't think I ever owned that specifically. Like, I was not that extreme, but I think probably in the later half of 2008, 2009, obviously you get to a point where you start Googling like Naruto anime free.
The classic. Um,
Yeah.
you end up into a hentai site here or there, as a little detour.
Yeah.
As you do, you find some weird, sketchy Naruto games online, like Flash games, and eventually you get where you wanted to be, which is a 420p rendition of an arc of a character that you saw in an AMV, and it's like, who the fuck is that? And you find out that the Japanese anime is ahead of yours, and your whole
Yeah.
world opens up. That's how it tends to go back then.
I think I pretty much watched the live airings on TV of everything of base Naruto actually.
Crazy.
Um yeah, can we pause real quick?
Yes. So reminiscing aside, eventually Naruto becomes like your favorite anime. Because when I met you, like as I recall, that was your like childhood favorite and current favorite. Is that correct to say?
Um
It was either
I
that or
think
Hunter x Hunter around that time, right?
so actually I watched Hunter x Hunter for the first time actually in college, like about the times that we were meeting each other.
Yeah. Okay. So you were getting to your Hunter x Hunter phase, but I think you were a Naruto boy deep down inside, and
Yeah, I think like growing up in high school, I had only seen Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like I wasn't ingrained into the anime scene that much.
yeah. For me, I was a One Piece kid. And then I watched some Naruto and some Bleach, but I pretty much dropped Bleach at that time, and I did keep up with the Naruto manga after, and I would read it weekly up until the finale at some point, or like I would do some binges. But I really I went through some of those binges really fast, so I did not absorb a lot of the uh, latter arc, especially because it gets crazy near the end. Um, but yeah, here we are. Before you started reading it recently, which I have a question about that. Before you started that recent reread, when was the last time you like watched? Because you only first of all, this is your first read, but when was the last time you watched Naruto?
I don't think I've actually watched Naruto since I finished Shippuden, which, like, um,
Ages ago.
probably when did Shippuden end, actually?
It was during the One Piece Dressrosa arc, which means
2017.
yeah, okay, a little later
So
than I was gonna guess.
I think I started watching Shippuden probably around 2015, 2016 again.
Hmm.
Um, so I think Shippuden like started. So yeah, Shippuden started broadcasting in 2007 and concluded in 2017, 10 years later. Um, I stopped watching it after base version of Naruto, and then had
Based.
my own time skip with it. You know.
Yes. You know what? That's just you committing to the bit. That's just you were
I think I did,
in
I
tune
think
with
it
the
was like
series.
about 3 years apart.
Oh, perfect. It's almost there.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, and then recently you started randomly reading it for the first time. Now, question: was that prompted by me sharing that video of Maximilian Dude reacting to the Boruto Storm Supers?
Nope. Nope.
Okay,
No.
okay, that was my guess.
I have been incredibly bored, and I like watching animes that are finished and things like that. I'm as I've gotten older, I'm kind of like I'm kind of done with waiting week to week on things. Like it's just things take fucking forever.
Yeah, I like binging
And I was
stuff.
like,
So
yeah, I was like, I've never fucking read Naruto, so you know what? Let us pick up this fantastic piece of manga and give it a shot. See what's going on.
see, it's good that you say that because my take with Naruto, because I reread it, I reread this entire part on a whim, either last year or the year before, and my take was immediately like, this was a story for kids, but I don't think you can appreciate it till you're an adult. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I feel like he was writing beyond his audience level, um, in my opinion, because like I feel like when you're reading Naruto as a kid, it's really easy to get annoyed at the characters being flawed, stupid teenagers, or like looking at it and going like, "Oh, this is so cheesy." And even like Naruto is pretty cheesy at times, like it's very dramatic. But if you go
Mhm.
in as an adult with an open heart, I was like, "Holy shit, this is like really good. The storytelling is really well constructed. The arcs are bangers." And do you agree with that like sentiment that like it hits a little different as an adult, surprisingly, or is that
It
just me?
hit it hits just well. Like I get to appreciate both. Because here's the thing, dude. We live in like we're old. We're a little bit older on the older side, okay?
We're ancient. We're like 70.
We, we're like we are older than Google and YouTube, okay? Like yeah, like that's crazy, you know? So like we predate a lot of technology and we're post date a lot of technology. Like it's a really cool aspect. So like, when Naruto was releasing both manga and anime, we lived in the world of forums. This was before social
Yes,
media.
I
So like
I
your
did some
forum
forum
world
digging back in the
maybe
day.
existed on a game like Maple Story,
Mm-hmm.
which you see a lot of classes, characters, cosplay heavily inspired by ninjas, pirates,
Oh
all
yeah.
these like big references. So
I
like
mean, it's the big three. They had an impact on our generation.
they really did. So like, it was fucking cool as a kid.
So
And it's
maybe that's why it hits me as an adult better because I liked it as a kid, um, but like I was just like so One Piece brained or like I Shield 21 or like some of the other series I was more into, and then like I didn't give Naruto I think the serious read that it, and also I think I was too stupid to pick up on like how good the themes are in Naruto back then. That's a self admission, but I can appreciate them now. So that's my take there.
yeah, I'll agree with that. Like as a kid, you get one thing, and then as an adult, it really feels like you get something else.
But yeah, that's as a kid you're like, ooh, what cool jutsu are they gonna pull out next? Yo, a water dragon? and as an adult, you're like, oh my god, Haku and Zabuza, this is so like sad. Like,
I mean, yeah, but like you gotta walk around the apartment like doing hand signs, like monkey earth heart shit.
oh,
Like just in case you can whip it out someday.
it's like doing a Kamehameha. You gotta try. Like, if you don't try, then you don't really know.
And that's really cool to bring up Dragon. I was actually thinking about Dragon Ball Z too because it's like it's like we call Bleach, Naruto, One Piece the big three,
Yeah.
but it's not like Dragon Ball wasn't the big. It's like it's kind of like the father.
Oh,
Like you have
it's
father, you have the three sons.
these are the direct three sons, and because I re-experienced them all, I read all of Bleach last year. Like, they all took the Dragon Ball DNA in different directions, which I think is really cool.
Which it's cool because we also start out like the cool thing. And you know what? Let's just look at this first panel. So we have
Let's.
manga panels actually that I screenshotted, like I think
As you're reading.
200, like 60 or 70 manga shots, and we're gonna include some of them in the video if we can without
We'll try,
getting
yeah.
banned.
We've gotten in trouble before, but Tyler went through the effort, and I like the idea. This video might take a little while to come out. Let's just say that. But if it's out and you see the panels, I did it, and we're still out here. But yeah, go on.
So we start off with like Naruto as the kid, and it's like, I think it's just kind of a cool intro. Like I remember this vividly and all of it. This like side character gets bodied by Naruto at the very beginning.
Yeah, his M something is Miyazaki or something.
Yeah, and I think one thing overall about this is when you're watching the anime, it's a lot more lighthearted than what.
Yeah,
It's like there's two different mangas slash animes going on. It's like there's this super serious, gritty ninja world, and then Naruto the clown is just living in it.
and then that song plays, dun 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 dun, bum 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 bum. Yeah. But also, I will also say that manga is a lot more violent than the anime is, and then the anime you watched is censored on top of that because that's what we got on Toonami. So you got like double filtered, right? I was gonna ask. This is one of my beginning questions here. How do you feel about the manga's art style as a dude who's been doing the anime forever?
That's why I kind of started taking a lot of screenshots. So like we read something like Dan.
Which unfair to compare anything to Dan, but
this next panel, we're looking at the first. I think this is like, still in volume 1.
yeah,
And we see this like nice shot of the Leaf Village, and dude, the Leaf Village does not fucking look like this in the anime at all.
It doesn't look like this in the future of the show, also, or the manga. Sorry, like
I see this, and it looks like Boruto.
yeah. There's a fucking billboard here from chapter 1. That's crazy, because there's cars and computers in this world. The world building Naruto is not very good. I'll throw that out there.
No. Like we don't know what era this is.
We don't talk about the cars.
Needs to be.
It's got carton milk. Like, think about that. It doesn't come in a milk bottle. It comes in cartons. Makes you think.
Yeah. I do skip very fast through this.
No, I mean we don't. I think we don't have time to go through like every screenshot. They're more for like a vibe check.
Yeah, but for example, like the third screenshot we have here is the 1,000 Years of Death. It's like one of my favorite jutsus. It's very iconic.
We love the sexual harassment jutsu. Actually, that's another jutsu that comes later.
I didn't screenshot that one yet. But like this is chapter 7.
Yeah, so let's talk about the first little arc in Naruto. I wouldn't consider it like the first arc, but it is a solid 6 or so chapters, which is the first like Team 7 bonding exam. And I really like how this is set up.
Chapter 8.
Okay.
Chapter 7, chapter 8, actually,
Yeah.
whenever they're doing the Team 7 stuff.
And some stuff I really liked in the Team 7 stuff, and I was actually like going through some of this earlier as well, is like it very quickly reinforces the teamwork, but also like let's talk about Sasuke, right? Because like as a teenager reading this, it's so easy to look at. You either love or you hate Sasuke. He's either your emo dreamy boy, or like this annoying, or an emo badass, or he's just kind of like an emo weirdo. Either way, you're gonna call him emo because that's all we know as a frame of reference back then. To me.
Yeah.
Sasuke was always like interesting, but he would get on my nerves a lot, especially in the Shippuden portion where I couldn't put myself in his headspace.
Yeah.
So, but I do think he's introduced pretty nicely. Like he's obviously like offstandish, but like in this arc, he gives Naruto his food so that like he doesn't starve while locked up, even though Kakashi tells them not to. So like he's trying. He's not a complete dickbag off the bat, which kind of surprised me coming into this because I always like think of Sasuke in the worst negative way, but he's actually like really caring.
So the manga makes these characters so much better. Like,
Really? Okay.
I think the manga makes the characters a lot better. But this author still fucking hates Sakura. Like, doesn't like Kishimoto does not like Sakura. Doesn't know how to write women.
That is the classic take. I don't think I would agree with other women. I keep an eye out on Sakura when I did my reread because I remember her being like, "Oh, she gets so annoying." She's actually pretty good, and I'm going to defend her.
No, in the manga, she's totally fine.
Well, I mean, he wrote her in the manga, and he said he can't write Sakura or women, so I mean, she's in the manga.
Okay, well, no, we'll get there, but it's like in the manga, things are better. They're not great. They're just better than the anime presents them because the anime has filler. It has X, Y, Z,
Yeah.
float, all that stuff. Yeah, Sasuke, it's a lot easier to see at the end. So like at the end of the fucking first parts,
Yeah.
I'm dropping a lot of F bombs. I'm so sorry.
Pre-time skip.
Yeah, at the end of the pre-time skip, if you look at the back, you're like, okay, I can kind of see how Sasuke is like teetering between this solo Avenger and learning how to work with others because
Yeah.
that's what Naruto does. He makes people work with him,
Yes.
And he's like he's getting suckered in by it the whole time, but like you gotta kind of think about it. Like, is it a ploy? Has it not been a ploy?
It's to me, and like we're gonna get into it a little later, but like I really like the Sasuke villainous turn near the end of the part, and I think it's done really well.
Yeah.
But to move ahead a little bit, let's talk about the fucking
So this panel, it's Naruto Uzumaki Village.
Yeah.
Like this is so they're fighting
Some water dudes, some
some
randoms.
random water dudes, but like this is kind of the part where they get out of being kids really quick.
Yes.
Like they're being assassinated right now, attempted.
Yeah. And they're
And we
seeing
kind of get to see
violence.
Naruto not become a burden. Like he's not gonna be a burden. He's gonna fight for his life.
This part is kind of like really good for this early into a series. Like a series is usually finding their footing. I feel like it finds it right here immediately because Naruto goes like, okay, I've been kind of a dickhead, like treating this mission not super seriously. I'm locked in now, and you can feel it, and like the characters can feel it. It's a good moment for everyone.
Yeah. Time to lock in.
Yeah, and he
That's what
does.
the panel says. Man, this is like
This is,
the classic.
this is so classic, dude. This actually like pisses me off because this gives a vibe of Naruto combat. This is the chapter 15 cover, and also it's one of the manga volume covers. Like you're thinking, oh, he's gonna be fighting with a bunch of scrolls. Whoa, Sasuke's got a flute. Sakura's got double axes. They don't use any of that, dog. They use kunais.
This man.
Dude, this is what could have been. Look how raw they fucking look. They're stanced up.
The thing that pisses me off about this anime is the concept of scroll, like the power of scrolls, is never established.
It's like 1010 uses them. A couple of other ninjas like summon weapons from them, but it's like I feel like we can do a lot more with these, and then we just don't.
Why does she have to summon weapons from him if everybody else just throws their hand on the ground?
No, I strongly remember some other characters like pulling out a scroll to like pull out like their main weapon. I think That happens sometime in the Shinobi War, but there's also like 700
No,
characters in that fight.
it's so vague.
Yep. So like,
This is a cool when Naruto and Sasuke are running up trees.
uh, I really like that because they're just marking the top of the trees, right? So it's just like a. I think Naruto is really good at doing like little training arcs, and like there's always a character story being told through the training arcs.
Mhm.
So it's always good, and like the rivalry between them, I think is really well established. Look how cute Sasuke is. Look at this little crazy kid.
He's a douchebag.
Yeah.
And it's cool because like it's them admitting Sakura is better than them. You know, like what advice did she give you? Because we might be able to use it. You know.
Because that's the thing, Sakura does get to shine, and then like okay, so I was gonna say the hidden mist village is
So this is Zabuza and Haku fight part 2.
yes, and like I want to say that this is maybe like one of the best first arcs of any manga I've ever read. Especially going through it again. Like, think of all the banger moments and how like well this establishes like one of the main themes of the story, which is that shinobis are tools, but also like very quickly establishes the weird relationship between Naruto and Sasuke, where like he clearly cares for him, but he's too like in his own head to really show it or really like let it come to fruition. You didn't grab the page after this where Naruto asks him like, why did you protect me? And like Sasuke is going through all their memories that they've already established, and he's like, he can't like come up with an answer for it. He's like, I don't know, man, and then he just falls and dies. But it's just like a really good way of representing that like Sasuke is like 13 years old. He doesn't like understand and process the fact that he's making a genuine friend and his body moved on his own. I think that's the answer he gives. So like this is like a moment that really establishes where this relationship is going and like makes it really tragic in the end where when he does turn on Naruto later.
Yeah.
But man, talk about some art.
So, yeah, this is like one of the cool panels where Naruto's like getting his first beast mode transformation.
It's the first one I think too.
Yeah, in the Haku fight, and like I think Haku and Naruto meeting is only like 1 or 2 chapters in this. Like,
yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's very fleeting. Oh man.
Some other
okay.
You were light on the pages here. I grabbed some of these pages when I was going through it earlier before you posted yours. There's also like Zabuza is such a good first villain. Like it's kind of unfair how good he is. No.
So I'm actually gonna tell you something. I need to be honest with you.
Okay. All right. Give it to me straight.
I don't fucking like this arc.
You don't like this? I'm over here glazing this arc, and you don't like this arc?
It's good. Like, I'm gonna agree with you. You're not wrong. It is a good arc. Zabuza's great at setting like the power scaling for the show. Like, if Kakashi wasn't there, they would have been absolutely bodied.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, but like, Zabuza gets defeated by Naruto, doesn't he? Like, he throws the fake shuriken together.
No, that's like on the first go around. Yes, but on the second go around, Kakashi has to kill him. Well, Kakashi and also then that one dude shows up with all like the grunts, and then they kill him, and then he dies next to Haku. So
yeah,
you're disappointed because he loses.
No, I don't really like any of it. Like, it's just kind of mid.
I don't know, man. I think it's more importantly, beyond any of the fighting, I think Zabuza and Haku and their relationship, and like when Naruto is like yelling at him to like, why don't you care? Like, he died for you, and Zabuza turns around crying. He's like, dude, stop. Like, I feel what you're saying. It's a very complex moment for like kids manga because it's like he's like gloating about it after Haku dies, but when Naruto like really starts yelling at him, he can't it's like he was putting on a poker face this whole time, but he can't keep holding it together, and he's crying in front of Naruto. It's like that's
Kakashi does the Chidori and stabs Haku instead of Zabuza, and
Um,
Like, it is complex. Maybe that's why I don't like it. I'm a very simple guy. I'm like Beast Naruto, you know? Just like, let me throw some scrolls and shit, summon some frogs.
See, I'm all Kakashi over here. I'm analytical about this, man. I think
Yeah,
Naruto is like deceptively deep, which is why I was liking it on my reread. But
it's
that
good.
that is
I
that
really
arc.
enjoy that a lot.
I also, what do you think of the storyline of like Naruto and that little kid that he's like trying to inspire and help?
Konohamaru?
Ah, no, the Mist Village kid. I forgot his name. Inaki?
Oh, like, nothing. I feel
Oh,
nothing about that.
I thought it was great because like my favorite thing about Naruto, and I'm gonna talk about it a lot, is that his main power is his empathy, and like he's
Yeah.
able to see that that kid needs to see a real hero to get some hope in the world, and like little 12-year-old Naruto, 13-year-old Naruto is mature enough to be like, okay, I can be the hero for this kid, and he is, because like they come back to this location in the post time skip, and they've named the bridge after him. I think we even see that kid grown up. So like stuff like
Yeah,
that's
no,
really
no,
cool.
no. Dude, they name it after him at the end of this arc. Like it's
Oh yeah,
not
yeah.
in the future. Yeah, no, they call it the Great Naruto Bridge.
But
Yeah, no, you're right. That is very cool to like see him like bring someone out of the darkness. But
that is that is literally like I'm gonna say it like a lot today. That is literally Naruto's best strength because he also does it to Zabuza Hawk a little bit by getting them to like reflect on their relationship.
he does
But
it multiple times, especially in the tuning exams. You
he
know.
really does it for the next three fights that he does, like
Yeah.
the next three like big fights. But speaking of the
Um,
tuning exams, we start like gearing up to go there, and we start meeting the Leaf Nine.
yeah, we start meeting the other students and you know what? I was reading through this and I realized I'm like, these students are all older than Naruto and Sasuke. Like,
Are they?
a lot of them are like Rock Lee, Neji, and Tenten. I think are older than them.
Oh, it can't
I
be more
think
than a year though.
no, it is like they're. I think they're like a grade above them.
Okay,
I
I
think
could believe that.
I think Shikamaru and Choji
Are a
and
little
Ino
younger.
are their same age.
Oh my god, Lee and Guy's introductions are so goofy.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. The end of the water arc, and we've talked about this on the other episodes. I really feel like Kishimoto is still kind of like. I, I feel like he's still trying to figure out what he's doing.
Ah, is he?
Like he's good at writing, but like you said, Naruto world building is a little weak, so
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
he's still kind of throwing a lot of things in, and that's maybe like the emotions there for sure.
You're
But
right.
I'm still trying to figure out the world.
Yeah, the emotion is there, and the theme of like what a ninja is are really well established in that first arc. But where's the story going? Like we can't just do random missions forever. Like, and where's the side characters? And I think that's what the tuning exam like immediately addresses, right?
For sure.
Um,
We get the Butchie Brow twins.
the Bushy Brown. Oh man, their relationship, especially near the end of the time skip, is so godlike. Like they're so good. But I think you grab some of those screenshots for later. I wanted to ask, growing up and now, like first impressions or like who were your favorite amongst the Leaf Nines, not counting like our main kids, and like who are your favorites now, if you can remember.
The Leaf Nine. Are you referring to like
All the kids, like I think that's the name that people used
Is that
to.
what they're called?
Yeah, because they're like There's more than
Oh,
nine of them, though, isn't there?
The Konoha 11
Oh, it's
is a term used to refer to the members of the Leaf Village team that kind of survived the Great Ninja War. I think.
oh.
Yeah.
Well, they've always used that term for like all the kids, basically, because I guess there's 9 kids in addition to Team 7, and that's why they're the Leaf Nine, because they're the 9 side characters. Anyways, who are your favorites? Why am I asking? It's Shikamaru, right?
So yeah, favorite was Shikamaru, but I also absolutely had a Sharper Image MP3 player with a LimeWire rip of Rock Lee's theme on it. Like, don't get me wrong.
Rock,
You know?
So I think Rock Lee is like the easy favorite for a lot of people. I've grown to appreciate Nenji a lot. He's super good in like when we
Neji?
finally get to him. Yeah, sorry, not Nen. Yeah, Neji, not Nenji.
Ninja guy, Ninja Neji.
I love the
No,
ninja. So tuning
um,
exams, right? The first thing is the written exams, which I thought was like really clever. What did you think of this on the
this
reread?
was one of the we have the panel of Naruto being like, "Oh, I'm so screwed here,"
The
and
panel,
it's like,
I think the page before this is like Sakura and Sasuke like doing really well, and they're like, "Hey, all we gotta do is for like Naruto to do all right." And I think we turn the page and we see this.
yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Um, this is cool. I like this. This is Hinata and Naruto's first interaction that we
Yes.
see. So, cool thing, if you've read all this or watched it all, they have interacted before this, but this is the first interaction we see as consumers.
Do they show a little bit of that in the later parts of the tuning exam? Like, I think they right? Like,
They
yeah.
show a little bit of it during the Neji Hinata fight.
And they probably show more in the post time skip. It's hard to remember now.
They show a lot more in the post time skip.
Okay, cool.
I think they realize like, oh shit, we're kind of lagging behind
Yeah.
this ship. You know, we gotta
build this romance.
And they made a whole movie to ship it even more. You gotta catch up. You know.
Yeah, we gotta make some sales off of this bad boy.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this is cool. We see Naruto totally owning the exam, and Hinata's over here giving him side eyes, like, "Oh,
I like how every ninja has a different way to cheat the exams. I think it's really clever. Feels very Hunter x Hunter, actually. I mean, obviously this is inspired by the Hunter exams. It came after Hunter x
totally.
Hunter. But I think it's a cool spin. One of the funny ones is Gaara's like making sand eyes that are like, how are people not seeing that? Like it's just
like,
kind of funny there.
I think the funniest thing, like you're talking about, like they all have their own ways to cheat and everything, but it's like, are they that good as ninjas, or are these proctors sitting on the side being like, oh yeah, he's using ninjutsu, he's good.
They're like, just don't make it too obvious. Is I think because then Naruto passes by just being gutsy, right? He's just like ballsy, and they're like, you got it. Which another one of Naruto's strength. So you grabbed your character poll.
I did. I grabbed the character polls. I thought these would be fun.
Yeah. First is Kakashi, then Naruto, then Sasuke, then Sakura. Wait, who's fourth? Fourth is actually Master Iruka. That's cool.
Yeah, so Iruka had like a large presence in the first few chapters, and then the tuning exams are starting, and Iruka's like, no, you can't subject him to that. It's too early. And Sasuke's like, I'm the captain now, bit.
Rock Lee making a big splash, and he was only introduced like the volume that this was probably posted. I'm surprised Gaara wasn't. It's kind of weird with these because like they're put on this page, but they probably did the polling like a good amount of chapters after this. So I guess Gaara was already a thing at this point.
Yeah, because the volume has to get published.
Yeah, exactly. So that's gonna take like a couple months.
Yeah, like we have Kabuto at 22nd, and the Sound Ninja.
That's crazy.
Like 24th is Tenten. Who likes Tenten?
Dude, there's some 10-10 diehards out there. I don't know if they still exist. People expected 10-10 to do things the entire series, and that's just not the case. People were on the Anko train already? Yeah.
Which one was Anko?
Anko is the proctor, like the snake lady that is like Orochimaru related. I see you grabbed some violence.
I did grab violence. This is one of my favorite violences.
Nice.
Is during this is the fights in the exams. We see Shino. So fun fact, Shino is a teacher in the future. He is Boruto's first sensei.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I think you've told me that before. I forgot. Who's his second sensei then? New character?
I think the captain of his team is Konohamaru.
What? That's cool. Yeah. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Anywho, Shino's a freak. This is known.
Yeah. No, Shino is such a quiet character. Okay. Like, here's the real question: who's your least favorite out of the Leaf 11?
It's Shino. Actually, and this is weird. I used to really like him. It's probably Kiba. He's the least interesting.
It's Kiba.
Yeah, because here's the thing about Kiba. Growing up, he has the coolest design, like the hoodie with the dog with the little marks on his face, right? I just thought he looked really cool. In the games, he does like little cool twister moves, But then when I was rereading this, I was like, this motherfucker does nothing and probably has the worst fight with Naruto in like this entire stretch. Like it's Naruto's worst fight in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a bummer.
The violence that we have is Shino shoving bugs down one of the sound guys like palms, and then the guy tries to do sound and his arms blow off.
Insane, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Oh, also, I skipped the entire forest part. I didn't screenshot anything in that.
I was gonna say your least favorite arc of this batch is the Mist Village, I guess. My least favorite might be, I think, like the tuning exams is legendary, but also it might have the lowest lows for me, which is the forest part is not bad. Sakura actually gets really good stuff there. That's like a really good arc for Sakura. But it's just kind of slow, and the enemies are not interesting. You know.
I think the weak parts of this are the foreshadowing that Kishimoto is trying to set up for the problems in this one. Like, Orochimaru, like, here's the thing. I think Hunter x Hunter came out the year after Orochimaru, and it's like, Orochimaru is not a Hisoka. You know?
I mean, I like Orochimaru is like a good character, but yeah, he's not giving the Hisoka energy.
I cannot. I think Orochimaru is just a like at least okay. So rereading this, I kind of understand, but like at the same time, this character has no motivations. Like
that's the thing.
He's doing jack shit nothing. Naruto wins him over like, hey, stop being like in the end, he goes like, hey Orochimaru, stop being bad, and he goes, okay.
Well, Naruto's really good at saying stop being bad. Like he's really good at that. You gotta understand this.
But stop being bad, but just like dude, his entire shtick in this, he's like, first I'm gonna destroy the Leaf Village. He fails at that, and then he's like, next I'm gonna steal Sasuke's body. For only 3 years. He's like, he is my pinnacle goal for 3 years.
Yeah, he takes his sweet time for sure.
No, he can only have the body for 3 years.
Well, but it's gonna be a strong body. He's grooming that body for maximum strength.
Those 3 years.
Look. My thing with Orochimaru is, you just had Zabuza, but after this, you're gonna get Neji, Gaara, and fucking Sasuke as like the main antagonist of every arc. Like Orochimaru just comes off so like cartoonish compared to the other. Like all the motivations and backstories of those characters are presented really well, and you come to understand them. I feel like Orochimaru probably gets better in Shippuden, but I haven't reread Shippuden in like forever, so I don't really remember.
Yeah, but to me, he's just an edgelord to be an edgelord. Like, he's got as much motivation as Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Sure. Konkuro's doing cool stuff. We'll...
Dude, no, I fucking love, like, that's the first time we see his puppet shit. That's crazy creepy.
It's the coolest any puppetry's looked in the series. Like, it never gets this creepy again until, like, even Sasori's not creepy. Like, here's the thing about Naruto art I was talking about earlier. It becomes really clean in the post-time skip. Like, it doesn't have this grungy look that it used to, which makes this a lot creepier than future puppets, I think.
I like how all of his action shots, like, are light. They're light. They're not dark, you know? Like, at least in terms of shading and texturing.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's very easy to see the action.
Yeah, no, actually, I think that's, like, a strength of Naruto. Sometimes the choreography is a little confusing, but, like, the page flow is like, taking a lot of things from Naruto, or from Dragon Ball, rather. Naruto's, like, fighting Kiba, it's a whatever fight, but it's cool, like, after he wins that fight, everyone, or, like, as he's fighting, it's the first time where all his peers are finally looking at him as an equal, because, like, throughout the Chunin exam, he's just been the idiot who's skirting by, but now Naruto has the spotlight for the first time. So, you know what? I will give that fight that as even the bad Naruto fights have, like, something cool going on. So that's pretty neat.
We even gets to see, like, this is the first time we see a Uzumaki barrage, and, like, the way he tricks Kiba, like, this is where we start to see, like, what actually makes Naruto unique.
Yeah.
Is he is doing shit literally nobody else is gonna think of. Like, he transforms into the dog at the same time he gets hit. So then Kiba's like, "Oh no, I accidentally hit uh Akamaru. Now I need to hit the other dog because that's Naruto." But it was actually Akamaru. Like, he missed the first time. He didn't hit Akamaru. He hit
Which
Naruto.
one do I shoot moment. Classic.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Um,
like there's some very
Naruto,
Steph fights still.
yeah, Naruto farts in his face. It's a good time.
Classic. I love the Uzumaki barrage, by the way. That's one of my favorite Naruto techniques. I mean, he only has like 5, so my top 5 Naruto techniques is all of them, I guess.
Here's my question. Okay, help me understand this. One of the forbidden techniques is Hidden Lotus, correct?
Is it forbidden? I don't remember that.
Like, it is supposed to be a reverse lotus.
That's the one where he like Izuna drops you, right? Like he grabs you and spins downwards.
Front lotus? Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
One of the lotuses is just a kick.
Front
Like there's
lotus.
no
The
way
user
just a kick
delivers
is
an
forbidden.
The user delivers an upward kick to their opponent, launching them into the air.
Yeah.
Oh. Apparently, this was supposed to be like something taboo-ish.
Maybe because it's like you're putting yourself in danger because you're dropping with the enemy. Look, Kishimoto's figuring it out. All right.
Like, they make the first kick into the air such an important thing, but then like Sasuke pulls it out and does it right after, and then Naruto does it in the Uzumaki barrage. I'm
Okay.
like, okay, this is apparently really easy and cool to do.
But the thing about Naruto pulling stuff out is that he's always doing it in the Naruto way. He can only do it with 4 clones. He's not good enough to to copy it like Sasuke can, so he has to copy it in the Naruto way, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Hinata is really good. I forgot how good Hinata is as a character early on.
I do want to highlight that because she is one of the most important characters in the show.
By the end, yeah.
Sadly, the whole time apparently she was supposed to be.
Kind of. And this is the thing with Shippuden, and it becomes really clear when we get to the Sasuke retrieval arc. Like, this is the highlight of a lot of these characters' careers. Is this stretch of the manga, which is kind of upsetting.
Dude, it even like, okay, so I learned that the Byakugan is better than the
Sharingan, yes.
But there's things that the Byakugan does that the Sharingan doesn't, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But all of the Moon people are about the Byakugan. Like,
that's kind of cool though, because Endgame Naruto is so like, well, I guess Endgame Naruto is Rinnegan focus, which is like both, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but still, Sharingan gets a lot of the screen time because like everything Sasuke's doing up until the final arc is like Sharingan related. There's Danzo and shit. Yeah, it's really easy to feel bad for Hinata during this fight, and like everyone pulling up to stop Neji is so excessive.
I just like the moments that Hinata's like, I can't look uncool in front of Naruto. Like, she's such a quiet person, and she's like, oh, I gotta look cool, you know?
It's really cute because she's too shy to say that to him, so all she can do is take how inspiring he is and try to be cool like he is. And everyone else looks at Naruto like an idiot, but she's more mature than that. She sees that he's actually the GOAT.
She just wants to, like, you know, a lot of our main characters are ostracized in some way.
Oh, yeah.
And she's included with them because she has, like, a little sister who's 5 years younger than her, and they're like, yes, your younger sister is the pride of the family. You're such a shame to our family. You know?
The Hyuga clan setup is actually pretty cool, right? Like, I think that's a good storyline, and it pays off after the Neji fight.
Yeah. And then here, it's cool foreshadowing, like, we don't actually know that Neji and Naruto are gonna get to fight later on, but the fact we get it so soon is very satisfying.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And also, like, dude, I got some. We'll gush about Gaara later, but Gaara's very creepy when he's introduced. Needless to say.
Gaara is fantastic. I love the Gaara character design. I think he's actually the character that I've continually liked more as I've gotten older. Like, every time I'm like, dude, this character's fucking sick.
I was just thinking the other day, like, this guy, this little school shooter motherfucker, becomes the Gaara from the end of the series, who's like this really good leader who like literally dies for Naruto, spoiler alert, at some point, and then gets like the one revival that like doesn't feel super cheap at the time.
Yeah.
If I remember how that goes correctly, but like this character ages so well. I think him and Kakashi are like, and Naruto are like the most consistent characters in like maybe the whole story. That's my hot take.
Dude, look at Gar, man. He's got these dark black like eyes. We think it's like some cool design, you know, because everybody has like face paint and everything. No, this guy doesn't get to sleep. Those are bags, man. This guy looks like he's a 48-year-old Raytheon programmer. Like, he's like 12.
Speaking of this guy, all right, we're here. We're at the main attraction. This is what we gathered here to talk about.
The climax of pre-time skip.
I mean, no, but it's maybe also the most iconic moment at the same time.
This is the first Kamehameha you witness. This is Super Saiyan, okay?
It's like, oh, is it Naruto going Fox mode? Is it him doing a Rasengan? No, it's the fucking Rock Lee beatdown.
This is such a cool fight. Like, this is one of those rare moments where the anime gets to outpace the manga.
Oh yeah, I would say this is the one thing like in this stretch where I'm like the anime overdoes it. But like looking at these manga pages, it's presented really well still. And like, hold on, I was like, you didn't grab the page where the weights drop, but it's probably coming up. Yeah, like the weights drop and they're just massive. And then like within a couple panels, Lee's behind him and he's just going to fucking town. Oh my god, the motion and the kick. In this like spinward, the downwards kick, that's so sick.
It's so cool because we see how invincible Gaara is earlier on. Like, I think we needed. Honestly, it would have been really cool if Gaara killed like one of the high-level like doctors or something earlier on, just to really show his power scaling.
Yeah, I think he does something. He doesn't do a proctor, but he kills like a proper Jonin like at some point, right?
He kills a bunch of assassins.
Yeah. God, he's so creepy with the sand mask, and yeah, Lee can't pull it off. But like, what can we say about this fight that hasn't been said? I mean, the introduction of the gates is so crazy.
Yeah. It's, dude, like, Rock Lee gets a lot of focus in pre-time skip.
It's tragic, bro. It's tragic.
And then I don't think Rock Lee was ready for the Akatsuki. Like, he couldn't do anything against the Akatsuki, you know?
I'd like, yes, but also, like, it breaks my heart because Kishimoto stops giving him the love that he got in the pre-time skip.
He doesn't get any love in Boruto either, and neither does his son.
What the fuck, dude? It's Rock Lee! They could be printing money! Just let him cook! Like,
I don't know why Kishimoto decided to
that he hates him,
Lee, but he just is like, nope.
And like, okay, so this is a good segue into a topic. Do you remember where we put Naruto into our anime tier list years ago? Because we've been talking about revisiting that, and this is apt because we're coming up on our time to do it.
That's a good question. I can find out.
I remember. No, you don't have to. I already know because I remember this and I checked it the other.
Say, I up.
We put it in B.
Wait, but this is base Naruto. There's a difference between Naruto and Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah, well, we made that difference back then. I actually don't agree that there should be, personally, especially like
there isn't anymore. Viz, like whenever you look at the Viz manga, it is Naruto.
But Tyler, and I probably told you this 5 years ago, the anime never had a Shippuden. Shippuden doesn't exist in the manga. Shippuden was an anime only thing. Because it's one continuous story. Because like stuff from this carries over into like part 2 so well. So in my opinion, first of all, we put it in B, but also that's because I like Naruto, but I hadn't revisited in a while. All I'm saying is we gotta make up for some past mistakes in the upcoming months. That's all I'm putting down. We got some work to do when we get back to it.
Maybe we'll get there.
Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we're gonna plot something because you know Joe and Bradley ain't gonna watch this. Maybe we're plotting something devious. Maybe we're plotting a very high increase for this manga because I think it deserves more than where we put it back then. Um, and yeah, Lee gets fucked up, but my God, when he gets up, even though he's like lost 2 limbs, he's just such a hard worker. And like, how can you not infectiously love this character, right?
Yeah. Like, dude, he's standing up. He's knocked out, but he's still standing, which is really cool because we just watched Frieren, and you haven't watched Frieren yet,
I'm not.
unfortunately. So you can't actually participate in the anime tier list until you watch Frieren. It's really weird.
Okay.
But there is a like metaphor about warriors never lose a fight as long as they get back up. It's a
Yeah,
very cool thing that like applies here.
but it's cool that I love the emotions here on Guy's face, right? Like he sees all the hard work because he knows where Lee came from. He knows how he got here, and he's like, even with all that, Lee can't bridge this gap. Like Gaara's chilling. Gaara's fucking chilling. He didn't really put a dent in him, unfortunately, despite how cool it looked. And like,
Didn't even get close.
it's like Guy realizing the limitations of his pupil that he loves so much. So like the 10 out of 10 scene, 10 out of 10 fight, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And then I think that pretty much wraps up like the fighting portion of the tuning exams.
Yeah, then we get a cool month-long break actually in between the exams.
Month long, as in the
we're
manga month
introduced
long, or
to-
you took a month long?
No, this is they get a month in between the battles and their next fight.
In world, yes, which was always weird, like the pacing there. But it lets us meet. I was gonna say Greninja. Oh my God, Jiraiya.
Character in the show.
Is he your favorite?
Oh yeah, Jiraiya is my hands down favorite.
Nice. I mean, I like him a lot too. Like, how can you not? He's really fun. And because like when I think of Jiraiya, you can't not think of where his story ends, and you're like, oh, this is peak. Every moment with him is so peak because of that.
Yeah. I love this introduction. We get the big frogs. We get this dude with white hair. Like, this is a weird. Like, this guy has a very good design.
Oh, it is like, you know what? Probably the best ninja design in Naruto, right? Like, I think that's safe to say.
Fucking ninja.
Yeah.
He has this new headband we haven't seen either. You're like, what is this? This is not like a
Standard leaf.
This is not like a village on there.
Yeah.
It just like is the greatest. Like, what does your headband mean?
It probably says like either frog or is it greatest? I don't know. But he's a very big perv. But I think what I like about that gag is that he's been writing the books that Kakashi is really into, which is really good because I read a little bit past this when I was doing my reread. I read up to like the Gaara arc in the second half. And like Naruto uses the knowledge that Kakashi loves Makeout Paradise to defeat him the second time, which I think is really fun.
It is great. His headband means it features the symbol abura, meaning oil in Japanese. It's
like a
it's
Toad
representative-
oil salesman.
Huh?
Like a Toad oil salesman vibe. Like why would it be
I
oil?
think it's to show his affiliation with Mount Miyoboku.
Sure, whatever, man. Either way, it's peak.
Oil that's down there.
I see you grabbed a cute little actual interaction with Naruto and Hinata.
Oh, dude, I'm grabbing them all.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. It's especially because you've gotten to see them as a married couple now. So like, this probably hits better for you, who like still reads Boruto.
It does. Like, it's. I guess because I went through everything so quick, and like the anime or so like far apart. You know, the anime takes a long time to go through,
Oh,
and you're
man.
like, how do these characters end up together? But it's just these small little moments, you know.
Look
Like,
how fucking cute this is. Like, she shows up and, like, reflects, like, Naruto is a very positive person. She reflects that back on him, and he says, you know, funnily enough, I was actually feeling a little depressed earlier, but now I'm suddenly feeling a lot better. And she's immediately like, oh my God, I could be inspiring like Naruto and, like, literally do it to him. So, like, oh,
Yeah.
look at this cute little
he
moment.
literally says, "I thought about you," but then he goes, "I thought you were a weirdo, but
Yeah.
actually, I kind of like you."
Yeah, I mean, look, he doesn't have Riz yet. He gets Riz
He
later.
doesn't. But, oh,
You posted this the other day in our chat where it's like, what did you say? This is so what it may or may not be on the screen, but it's when Neji when he removes his headband and you see his Manji, not a Swatsuka.
do you know what it is in the anime?
It's an X.
Yeah, it's an X.
Yeah, I
It's
remember that.
And, like, so I got into this. I was like, whoa, no, I know why he killed this character. That was the only reason he died.
That's so funny. Yeah, I forgot what it was for. It's probably on this. Is it it's a curse jutsu?
It is. It's a brand. So
Because they're part of
essentially-
the servant class of their clan.
yeah.
God,
like,
that dynamic
they can kill
with
them.
Hinata,
They kill them.
it kills them if they disobey. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
That dynamic with Hinata, where like he's obviously the stronger fighter, but she's the one who's going to be the heir, is like that's just classically good storytelling, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And yeah, like this is one of the many like Naruto's greatest strength being empathy. He's able to break through to you and like get to the core of things and give you hope in the world. Like Naruto literally befriends his enemies while fighting them and changes their worldview. And when you say that out loud, that's like, oh, that's so cheesy. I think it's done really well. I think maybe later on we'll see how it keeps up because like he's like flipping even Obito by the end, so that might be a little extreme. But maybe I'll like it when I reread it. But I really like this.
I mean, it is kind of just like, oh, you think your life is bad?
Yeah.
I have no parents.
And then he's able to reflect her pain to him as well. Fox shit always looks cool as hell.
Dude, look how the chakra gets furry at the end and like fuzzy.
Yeah, that's really cool. I've always
between Jiraiya deciding. So Jiraiya like randomly picks up Naruto to start training him,
yeah.
and we see how Orochimaru has cursed Sasuke,
Yeah.
but Orochimaru also cursed Naruto and like inhibited his chakra
Fox,
flow
yeah.
as a kid.
Oh, yeah, and then he cleared that in that middle section, right? Like it's already happened at this point.
Yeah, no, it was right as soon as they meet, but like the whole time Naruto's been such a bad ninja is because of Orochimaru blocking his chakra flow. Like,
Well, no, he was a bad ninja before Orochimaru.
well, no, we don't ever see Orochimaru get to Naruto.
Yes, we do. It happens in the forest during the tuning exam, and you didn't grab the pictures because you were bored. You were bored and you went through it, but it was there, I promise.
All right, I'll believe you.
But yeah, he was just bad because he was bad. He actually talks about it at the end of the fight. God, no, yeah, this shit is crazy. So he says, I failed the academy graduation exam 3 times because, unlucky for me, the exam was always my absolute weakest jutsu, and my weakest jutsu was the shadow clone jutsu. And Naruto is now like the GOAT at using that jutsu, so he literally says, "Shut up about destiny and inescapable fate. You shouldn't whine about such trivial stuff, because unlike me, you're not a total failure." That's my GOAT.
Him saying to Neji, look, you're not a fuck up, and you just lost. Shut up.
Grow up, like, yeah. If I was at the lowest point of my life, I would want to fight Naruto because then I would come out being a better person. That's just
Get laid off from your job. You meet up with Naruto, he beats you up. He's like, what? You not gonna work for Raytheon and make that bank?
He would say that. Thank you, Naruto. You're my goat. Okay, and that like wraps up the exam. Well, no, there's like some side fights, like Shikamaru. There's a lot of cool strategy in this fight. They get married.
Yep. Shikamaru and Tamari do get married. I like this dynamic.
Yeah.
Him and his dad have some very sexist views.
Yeah. He has to grow out of that over time. I remember.
He does, but like they're also just kind of like, it's great because they're all talk about it. You know, they're like, Yeah, you shouldn't let a woman talk to you that way, and then the women talk to them that way, and they're just like, "Oh God, she's scary."
It's turning me on. Yeah.
Yeah, go back. Did we get them all? Did we get them all? All the fights that I screenshotted?
I believe so because I don't think. Yeah, we go from the Naruto screenshots to the Shikamaru ones.
So no, go back, go back, go back. I need to see. So I tagged this one. So as I'm reading these, this is a congratulations on your second anniversary one.
Wow.
So like at the end of all these, a lot of authors are drawing Naruto stuff and like letters and sending him to Kishimoto. This one looked like a JoJo's. I know it's not.
Araki? No, I don't think it is.
No.
However,
I know it's not, but it is. This is one of my favorites, but it's just really cool seeing all of the different art styles that Naruto gets drawn in. It would be really cool to just like have all those like on a wall at some point.
I think
Like,
they're really cool, but the thing is, people really started doing this during like the big anniversaries. And check the midcast chat, or actually, you're seeing my screen right now. This is Naruto drawn by Araki, and you could tell.
That's the in here. That's the Shippuden.
Yeah, no, yeah, well, that's when he did it back then. But like, Araki literally drew this. Oda also drew a Naruto character at some point, like everyone did.
That's cool.
Yeah. Everyone loved Kishimoto back then. But yeah, there's a Shikamaru fight. There's the next like character popularity poll. Any big changes? Neji is 13.
Yeah, Neji, Hinata up there. We see 15th place. Zabuza and Haruka fall there.
Okay, they're holding up though. But Jiraiya makes a big splash. The fourth Hokage is already in there. They don't even know.
This is fucking hilarious. The only thing we have seen of the fourth Hokage is this image right here. We have seen nothing else of the fourth Hokage. They haven't even talked about him that much.
Yeah, it's just his incredible aura coming through. Sasuke falling behind Rock Lee. No, sorry. Sasuke falling behind Iruka. Iruka's holding steady. I'm glad that people like realize how good he is.
Yeah, Iruka's great. I would say the guy who gets bodied.
He's funny though.
Like, yeah, we need Jiraiya to climb up those ranks, so I'm glad he's in it so far.
Gamabunta is clearly a better character than Zabuza, you know, and Jiraiya.
Great. So is Gamakichi, his son.
Yeah, Shikamaru's in there, Guy's in there. The Fox is placing. Little did they know.
The Fox was placing in the other one.
Yeah, Shikamaru is such a vibe when you're a kid, and he's just like, oh, cool, a lazy protagonist. He's like me for real.
I do resonate with Shikamaru.
And then, yeah, I forgot he just gives up during this fight.
I mean, he doesn't give up. He concedes. He's like, I'm not gonna win.
Yeah, but like something with Shikamaru that I really like is Choji. His dynamic with Choji is so good, and like that's really highlighted in the Sasuke retrieval stuff for later. I always forget Gaara fights Sasuke before Naruto. That's a thing that happens. And then, like, you know, the shit hits the fan, Orochimaru shows up, and we start the incredibly long sequence that was the episode I always watched when it was airing in Toonami, which is these motherfuckers on the roof behind the violet fire gate taking each other's souls. Like, was that your experience? Because that was always on for me.
They really spirit bombed that sequence, didn't they?
Oh my god. It's not bad in the manga, but my god, it's all I can remember of this part in the anime. Dude,
these fights actually go really quick. They're like maybe 8 chapters or so, 8 to 10 or so.
The Gaara fight is so fucking good, in my opinion.
Yeah. I really like the Gaara flashback.
Yeah, and it recontextualizes like his tattoo in his forehead. I think it means love, and it's because he's got a twisted conception of love. Because the one person who loved him, his aunt, actually kind of resented him, and she's like, "Actually, your mother hated you too. Now die." Like, oof. And his dad is the one that sends her as an assassin, right?
Yeah.
So it's like everyone he's ever trusted or loved, like, turned on him. So like he already had a bad childhood. This moment made him double down. It's like, why do I exist if not to kill everyone? Because that's the only way to spread love. It's
He
like
loves everybody,
he just
man.
loves them. He wants to give them a big sand hug. And like, yeah, that sounds really edgy and stuff, but again, Kishimoto is really good at making you feel emotional for these characters, so it works.
Yeah. Um,
Oh,
here we get a flashback to Haruka now.
Haku, you mean?
Haruka and yeah,
Yeah, like everything that it's coming up. He's doing the 2000 barrage. That shit's sick.
yeah, because this dude like Sasuke couldn't defeat Gaara, you know?
This is very
Naruto's
important.
out here taking him on. Naruto's not even like in full fox mode either, and he's fighting a fucking fox beast.
Yeah, it's cool that the Fox Beast is a slight retcon later. Like they never once call him the one-tail beast until the time skip, right?
Well, before this, he is the squirrel. He's the Tanuki.
Yeah, but they don't like the concept of a tailed beast doesn't exist. This is just like a weird monster that's like Naruto's, but we don't know that there's like tiers to this.
Yeah, yeah.
The tail beast concept is one of the coolest things I think they recontextualize about the lore.
Nice.
And he goes head to head, man. Oh, and then as the third dies, Naruto is like breaking the wheel and like making a change in the world. That's just good storytelling, man.
Yep.
Shame that like the anime really draws out that part. But this part where like Naruto's crawling towards Gaara, and I know exactly why you grab these screenshots. It like completely reflects the left page here with Naruto's flashback about being a lonely child to Gaara's flashback of being a lonely child. It is the exact mirror. Like that's taking your story right and the text and then just presenting it visually in a way that makes it go better. And like every little bit he crawls, he's like remembering Haku, so Haku still has like an influence. And you didn't grab the page after this, which pissed me off, where like Naruto's crying to him and being like, I know how bad it feels, but like eventually I found people that I love. Like he uses the word I love them. And I like and that's the word. That's like the theme that Gaara needs to go. And like again, Naruto's empathy is so strong that he is like breaking social norms and like Gaara goes home and he apologizes to his siblings and starts their relationship over.
Yeah.
That's just incredible.
It's a good moment, you know? Like, you gotta think about it, too. Like, this is a cool moment. This is how you meet your best friends. Because Sasuke and Naruto, you know, like, they're grade school buddies. They go way back. But this is how you meet your college buddies, you know? You just headbutt a guy, tell him to quit being a dick.
Dude.
And he's like, oh, fuck, you're right, man.
They're even in the same major. They're in third year Kage together. It's great. And then the fucking Mihawk shows up earlier than expected. Sorry, Itachi shows up. Same vibe.
This is a cool bit because this is where we start to see like what the older ninja are actually capable of.
Yeah.
Because we get the other two, which I forget their names, the Genjutsu lady and the fire guy.
She's Kuranai, and he's...
Important.
The problem is he's so good, too. Like, this is such a good character, and I don't remember his name.
What is this guy's name?
Asumi?
Huh?
It starts with an A. Asumi, maybe?
Uh,
He's the smoking guy. He gets, like, the best death later on. You know him. You love him. Everybody loves him.
Asuma Sarutobi.
Asuma, okay, I got it. I got it close.
He is a descendant of
The third clan.
Huh?
The Third's clan. He's a Sarutobi.
Yeah, he's a Sarutobi.
This portion is really important too because Itachi shows up and he's like, "Oh, hey Sasuke, that's cool. Is Naruto around?"
No, well, that actually hasn't happened yet.
Oh, is that not yet? Okay.
Not yet. We're not there yet.
Wait,
they are here. This is so. What happens is after everything goes down, they're like in mourning and everything. And it shows that like Kakashi at a tea shop waiting for Asuma and Kurenai.
Oh, and they just show
in
up.
In the background are Itachi and Shark Boy
Kisame.
just drinking some tea.
That's sick, dude. I've always liked that duo too. Like he's somebody's sick. He's raw. Like he's cool. Itachi is just like one of the best characters in the whole story. So
you would like. Did you see Thunderbolts by the way?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Is there a Itachi-like character in Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts.
Wait, what was that?
Itachi Uchiha is related to Thunderbolts.
Okay, that is, out of everything everyone said, that's probably the most interesting reason for me to go watch it. You know how to get me.
Interesting, but I couldn't help but thinking that the main antagonist was just Itachi Uchiha.
Oh, that's sick though. It's real good. Um,
So here we have Naruto goes on another training arc. You talked about the training arcs being good. I agree with you. These training arcs are lit as shit.
this is the
They're my
balloon
favorite part of
one.
the show.
This is the balloon Rasengan one. Yeah.
Yep.
And like he can't burst it with normal control, so he starts putting the spin on it. And he's Naruto Uzumaki, which means whirlpool. So Kishimoto's like, I love puns. So Naruto's main move becomes spinning chakra, which we will know by the end of this arc. How do you feel about this arc with Tsunade and like getting her back? I could see this being a low point for you, but I remember liking it still.
It's not a low point for me at all, actually. I kind of like this. We see more Naruto superpowers, you know, power of empathy.
Yeah.
Tsunade looks a lot younger in the manga than she does in the anime.
That's true. I think her hair being shorter. You also might remember post time skip where I think it's a little longer, and that makes her look a lot older for some reason.
A little bit puffier of cheeks. I think she has like more of a geisha look going on, even.
She's such a cool design, though. When you were saying like Kishimoto can't write women, some of them are true. Like Karin and Ino, I'm with you. Tsunade is so fucking good in this portion.
She is a woman.
She's a woman, but like her backstory and they're like. I had to like reread this or like at least look up a wiki summary before we did this because I was like, I remember it being really good. Everyone she's given the necklace to wanted to be Hokage and died. So she's just like,
the next day.
huh?
They die the day after she gives it to him.
Insane. It's like this necklace is not only cursed, but the dream of being Hokage is cursed. So it's just like it's so satisfying when she becomes Hokage for the entire rest of the series. Well. Not the entire rest of the series. Somehow Danzo becomes Hokage at some point. I don't remember how the fuck that happens.
That's a political takeover while she's like out of town.
It's that easy.
Yeah, and then, fuck, does she die at some point?
No, Tsunade never dies. But then how does Kakashi become Hokage?
Yeah, that's the question.
She probably just gets old and like passes on the torch.
Retires? Yeah.
She's kicking. She's like fighting Madara. She's up. She's that late. I remember that. She's like tanking like a bunch of damage by just infinitely healing. She's got the heal build going on. We see the first like
stepped down after the war.
Yeah, which is the story. Like after the end of the story. But yeah, like we get the first almost Rasengan, and like she recognizes it because she knows the fourth because she was trained by him. So that's really cool. She stops it with her finger. Meanwhile, Sasuke is going through, I don't know, Sasuke is going through, like, his dark era, because, like, okay, he couldn't beat Gaara. Naruto could. Naruto has, like, all these weird powers, and he's becoming popular. And Itachi showed up and wanted to see Naruto. Or did that happen yet? Because I think that's really important for, like, Sasuke's character arc.
He overhears somebody telling Kakashi that they're looking for Naruto.
Yes, that's what it was.
Nobody has talked to Sasuke about it yet.
But he knows that's... So it's like, even the man I've dedicated my life to is starting to notice Naruto more than me. So it's like, I really buy this villainous twist. And also, I want to point out, as of like these last few pages we've been looking up, this is peak Naruto art style. Like this stretch, to me.
It's funny. That's another reason. Some of these may not make sense for plot. Sometimes I just screenshot because, like, dude, this looks fucking great.
Oh yeah, like look. I mean, look at how cool this page looks, but also like all the character like models and the line work and the shading looks so cool. I think it like again it gets too clean at a certain point where I like it less than this.
Sasuke looking kind of berserky in that panel.
He's a little berserky. We do a little berserk here. Naruto's really cool here when he's protecting Tsunade from homeboy Kabuto.
Yeah, out of order. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it happens. Oh shit, it's really out of order. I do want to talk. This is one of my favorite scenes to establish their rivalry.
I think this is good. Yeah.
They both like hit the tower with their main jutsus. Yeah, this is way after, but that's fine.
They hit two different water towers. They hit two towers.
And, like, Sasuke's is very immediately vital. He pierces the front. But Naruto's is deceptively stronger because it blows the back out. Pause. And yeah, like this is always I remember this vividly as a kid too as like a really cool way to show the difference between these characters like through their powers.
Yeah, like I agree. I think if I've seen anything on the internet, it just proves how good Naruto is at blowing the back out.
Oh, he's yeah. I'll ask Kanata because she probably saw the tower as well at some point.
Oh, this panel goes hard.
Yeah, the five guys going to go get Naruto, or sorry,
Yeah, dude, they're
Sasuke.
like, hey, you kids, we can't send you to retrieve this other kid. Y'all have to do it. We can't send any adults to do it.
Why was
You
that
guys
again?
send Orochimaru and his henchmen.
Why couldn't they send the adults again? Is it just they were spread too
Right
thin?
after the third dies and a big snake attacked the village. So, like, the president died, and
Yeah.
all the special ones are on high alert because they need to make sure that stuff isn't gonna go bad.
It's a decent excuse, I guess. I don't know. They're like, dude, we can't spare our good ninjas for one kid, all right, who's having a
Yeah.
tantrum. Little did they know that that one kid would become the Leaf Village's biggest problem in a couple of years, but you know.
Yeah, sort of something like that. They don't take it very seriously.
But yeah, I see you didn't capture the panel where like Naruto does his first Rasengan, but I remember it looking really good.
Good. I thought I did capture these. They're a little. Maybe I lost some, but I thought I definitely captured not only the Naruto doing his first Rasengan, but the Kabuto getting blown away,
When
the
he
snake, the
when he
toad,
punches
the
Naruto's
snail.
headband and he's bleeding from the forehead, that's one of my favorite pages in like all of Naruto too.
I could have sworn maybe they got deleted or something.
Maybe, but it's fine. We're already at like an hour 15, but we're at the final arc now of the pre-times. One last question: what do you think of Kabuto now on a reread? Because he's like a deceptively like sneaky good character, but like he's not very flashy. Is my take
Yeah.
on him?
Naruto is, oh man, he is the biggest bitch.
He's such a little bitch, but in a fun way.
Yeah, I just, I mean,
I don't. I remember not liking him too much in like the very last bit where like it just feels like a cockroach you can't put down. Don't the brothers take him out like the Uchihas?
I don't remember.
I don't
dude.
remember. Yeah,
I
it's-
really don't like Kabuto.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I think he's like a cool character though, but like it takes a while for him to really blossom in that way. So I see you cop here the coolest fight in this stretch, which is Choji's.
Oh yeah, Choji is by far the best because Choji hasn't got to do anything right,
Yeah.
And Shikamaru's like, "Don't worry, Choji's definitely gonna come back."
He's so trusting that Choji's gonna clutch up. And
Yeah.
and he almost does it. It's such like a brutal, tense fight because you want him to win so bad, but he's really not pulling through. But he's like, you called me a fatty? That's cool. But you insulted my best friend, and now you're gonna die. This shit is so sick.
I really like his butterfly design. Like, he's got a pretty good one. I was like, butterflies? Really? You made this look cool?
Yeah,
Cool.
they did. Butterflies are cool, man. They're neat.
Yeah.
He's coming out of his cocoon. You didn't grab any of the other ones. Okay, you grabbed some of, like, the Kimimaro fight.
Again, probably lost content.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to... So, real quick, Kiba fights the Sakon Ukon twins. That one's probably my least favorite of the fights, but it's good.
Yeah.
He has to do, like, a lot of strategizing and, like, swim through the lake and, like, turn into big wolves. It's got some hype moments, but again, Kiba is just the least interesting character. Who's the other fight? You got Shikamaru and the Flute Girl.
Yeah.
And then you got Neji and the Spider Guy, and that one goes hard. Like, Neji dies almost. It's pretty believable as a death at the moment, at the end of that fight.
Pretty foreshadowing.
But then it's so hype when the Sand Ninjas come in and it's like save 3 of the fights.
Yes. I enjoy that bit a good bit. Because it's like, I didn't remember them, like, doing such a quick turnaround.
Yeah, but like it feels really good because like Gaara and like you know they're not all buddy yet, but Gaara showing up to protect Lee after all they've been through is like just really satisfying, right? But that gets us to Naruto versus Sasuke, which is basically the end of the pre-time skip.
Yeah.
This fight goes so hard.
It He's a good one. I feel like this is like what I was talking about, where Sasuke is like, oh, no, buddy, we are friends. Don't you forget it, because you have to be my friend so I can kill you.
Yeah, it's an interesting way, right? So like back to Sasuke. At this point, it's like, oh my god, I actually love and enjoy spending time with these people, but I'm forgetting the sight of like the only reason why I'm still alive, which is to kill my brother. And now
Yeah.
Naruto's outpacing him, and he's getting more spotlights, and he's finishing the arc bad guys, and Sasuke's falling behind. So when he gets the opportunity to be like, yo, just come with us, leave them behind, and really prove that you're with us, and you're gonna get all the power you need. And like, I can totally understand how he gets there because we haven't talked about how Sasuke lost his family yet, but it's insane. Like, literally everyone he knew, all his family died in one night, and he's the only survivor. So I can totally get why he's a little upset about it. I think it's fair, right?
A little bit. A little fair.
Little bit fair. But then also, very recently, Itachi showed up and put him into a 72-hour dreamlike state where he watched nothing but his parents dying.
Yeah.
Now, I saw this posted not too long ago. Itachi's playing a double agent role here, as we'll come to find out later, and it makes him one of the best characters in the series. Did he really have to make his brother? What's that?
He was a triple agent.
Yeah, it is triple agent, yes, but ultimately he's one of the biggest heroes of the Leaf Village, in a twisted way. But did he really have to put his brother through all of that, which pushed him to become like this humongous terrorist for the next 300 chapters? Like,
It was a racist thing. It was a racial thing.
why was it a racial thing?
Sasuke, he was never really supposed to do anything to Sasuke. He just wanted Sasuke to be like, hate me and, grow strong, do other shit. But the third Hokage was like, hey, we know the Uchiha are kind of gonna do a revolt. You should kind of kill them all,
Yes. No, I get like why Itachi does the thing. I don't get why he tortures Sasuke with the infinite Tsukiyomi after. Because that's like because that's just a way to turn your brother into a terrorist, which is what happened. So nice going, Itachi. Like he didn't want that life for Sasuke, but I feel like Kishimoto didn't really like have all of that fully planned out yet. So he made Itachi like a lot eviler than he needed to be to his brother back then. But maybe you're right. Like he wanted him to like keep hating me kind of vibe, and it just kind of he miscalculated how insane Sasuke was about to become.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's interesting because it's like the fact that we were friends and the fact that I'm gonna kill you is proof that I can do anything. Like I have the heart to do this mission where I kill my brother. So I think that's really interesting. And as a fight, like you get these cool pages of Naruto going Fox mode.
For the first time. That's the first time. Like we've seen a little bit of the nine-tailed fox, a little bit.
You're right, right?
But like right before this, he talks really like by himself for the first time, and he goes, "You better thank me, you little brat."
Yeah, because he's asked for power before, and I don't think the fox really responds. It just gives him the power, so you just have to assume that there's something in there. But also, like, this is the best look we've gotten at it. We usually get, like, just the tails or, like, the face. But here we get, like, a rendition of the whole thing. It's cool design.
That's very good.
And you get, like, this insane page of him, like, angry but crying because he has to do this.
Yeah, because he's like, oh no, this guy's actually trying to kill me. Like, he really wants to fuck me up.
And as they're fighting, like, Naruto's reflecting on their relationship, and it's just really good, man. He's even mentioning here that Ruka's like a father to him.
Yeah, I like that bit. And he's like, and then it goes into like, oh, you're kind of like a brother.
Yeah. And this, like, you could make these three panels like the entirety of the rest of the story. It's why do you waste so much effort on me? And that's going to be a question that Sasuke is asking himself for the next 4 years, basically, up until like the last chapter where they have their final fight and they settle it for good. And it's like it's just really good, man. I I have some more to say, but let me go through all the screenshots that we have left. This is a little out of order. And then they go to town. They're just going crazy. The power scale's way over. I've always loved this one tail design for Naruto.
Yeah. This is where we get this for the first time too, because he really uses this design a lot, and in the next few bits, like at post time skip, he does this a lot.
Yeah, he also does like the three tails at some point.
Mhm.
And then like right before their final clash, we get like this insane panel of like everything they've been together, including the kiss, very prominent.
The good kiss, yeah.
Yeah, it started their whole romance, and then you get like iconic ass beam clash. What do you think of Sasuke's curse
I
design?
like this. This is like it feels like it's kind of breaking it's breaking the shit a little bit. It's like we get the Naruto's clean orb, but it's like an orb made of worms a little bit.
Yeah, it looks a little gross when it's forming, and then like
It-
Sasuke's is just so chaotic.
yeah.
And then they have their insane clash. The anime makes this look insane, by the way, when they clash.
Yeah, I hate this Sasuke design actually. I'm glad he never really uses it again.
He does it once, right? I think he does it a little bit early post time
A
skip.
little bit, but it's so fucking weak. I hate it. He's
I-
got flare wings.
I like the dark eyes and the face marking and like the hair, right? I don't think anyone's a big fan of the wing hands.
Yeah,
But Naruto's design is 10 out of 10 peak, so he's winning there.
definitely.
But he loses the battle, and like, come on, look at you. You can't look at this page and not feel some emotions. You'd have to be a freak.
Oh, it's good. Just the like into obliteration.
Yeah, and like it's just there's so much white. There's so much blank space in this page,
Mhm.
and like this comes back in the end. Like it's like their unity symbol, right? Like it's how you make friends in the village. You do
I believe so.
You do a little double hand thing, and I remember it happens in their final fight. Like the two statues of they fight here, right, in the statue of like Hashirama and Madara, if I'm not mistaken. And the statue's
Yeah.
hands fall and make the symbol in the corniest way possible. I'm like, oh, whatever, man, it's peak. That's a story for later. And this shit always gets me, man. He comes face to face with Naruto here at the end before he walks away.
It's so lovey-dovey.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
there's always like obsession and romance undertones with their relationship.
Oh yeah, dude, it's a little strong in these final bits. I'm like, I think Sasuke wants to fuck Naruto, you know?
I think you might be onto something. But Kishimoto wrote the gayest characters, and I think in interviews he's like, "Wait, I did."
Yeah.
He didn't know. He's closeted. But what I love about this page is that like Sasuke has the chance to just put a dagger into Naruto's throat and do what he said he was gonna do. Like,
Bitch made.
is that bitch made or is that just really good character writing, Tyler?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
Doesn't need to do it.
he couldn't let go, and because of that, like it comes back to bite him. Because Naruto doesn't give up on him, and he wishes that he would, but because he let him live here, he has to put up with that for the future. But hey, in this moment where he spares him, he saved himself in the future. So that's just really nice. And then the Akatsuki show up, which is pretty nutty. This guy does shit.
Yes. This is the first time we see this guy. I didn't know he was in pre-time skip actually.
Barely.
The third most important character in the show, probably, like antagonist wise.
Is that not insane? White and black Zetsu become like incredibly important.
Yeah, whatever, man. He's got a good design at least.
And there's like tree people and shit, right?
Yeah.
And he's probably a tree person or whatever. Anyways, we got some setup for Sakura. We haven't talked too much about her in the recent arcs, but she's had good moments throughout here. But like, this is her like, I need to catch up moment.
Like this is really good at highlighting like, oh shit, you know, medical ninja have to have very good, chakra control.
And training.
That's something we literally haven't seen the whole time. Nobody, like, it's never been a point of making a battle win or lose as somebody having better chakra control.
I mean, it comes up, but it has to be fine chakra control. It's not just strong. You gotta be
Yeah.
able to heal those wounds. Does Naruto
Yeah.
make the promise? He makes the promise to save Sasuke before he leaves, right?
Yeah.
And this is where like Sakura can become very frustrating, but you gotta remember she's a kid, where she kind of holds it against him a little bit, right? As if I remember correctly.
She owns it in turn. She's just upset that
Yeah.
it failed, you know?
But like she lets it go when they meet, like by the time they meet again. But I think it's realistic for her to be like, "Damn it, Naruto! Like you promised me and you didn't come through." And she is a selfish character, deliberately a lot of the time, and I don't think it makes her awful or anything. Because she's also very nice at times as well. Because yeah, I'm gonna heal this division between our team by becoming a medic, literally.
Literally a medic.
And then Naruto leaves with Jiraiya, and that's a great page you grab for this one, where he's like grasping for the fourth. At this point, like, is there any hints that the fourth is his father yet, aside from the fact that they look exactly alike?
Yeah. No, I don't think there is. I think it's all just, coincidentally meeting people.
Yeah, but it becomes pretty clear.
Village.
And then we see all the Akatsuki here for the first time.
Good in part 1. Willard, what is that hanging? What is that floating?
The hanging one is Sasori, because or is this Sasori in the bottom here?
What is that?
Sasori is the puppet guy, but do you remember how he has like a lizard puppet that he lives inside like a mech?
Yeah, no, he's a mecha. I remember that.
I
Who
think
the fuck is floating in the air?
I think that's him hanging upside down. Actually, I guess this is supposed to be Itachi. Yeah, no, he didn't figure out like 3 of these designs. But this one is Pain for sure because he's got the Rinnegan.
Even the one talking upside down actually gets a line.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I'll finish off Orochimaru. I don't know. He wasn't ready yet. But, all I can know for sure is Kasame is this guy. And Conan is her. And that's it. And Zeku's over there.
How the Akatsuki are so popular terrorists, like people wear their jackets.
Yeah, they're the best terrorist in fiction. They're great. They're like like all jokes aside, they're a really good antagonist group, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They make for good villains in the upcoming part. And that puts us there. I noticed you don't have any Kakashi Gaiden, like the in between arc stuff. But did you read that?
I'm actually skipping it.
You skipped it?
I don't want to read that.
Tyler, you have to read it.
I've seen it.
Okay, but you've also seen all of this.
Yeah, what does that say about that flashback arc?
It says that you misremember how good it is because it's one of the best arcs in the series.
I don't like the Kakashi Obito. Like, here's my real question: was that mini arc made before Shippuden started?
Yeah, no, the next chapter chronologically that was released is Kakashi's chapter. Like, It's part of the main story. It's not a side story.
I know. I remember it all.
The thing is, I don't know if you're planning to read more. I guess that's question 1.
Yeah, no, I am. I was waiting to do this before I filled my head with Shippuden.
But if you're gonna read more, Obito is like one of the most important characters. So you gotta know where he, you gotta refresh yourself on where he came from.
Obito is. I just don't want to reread it.
All right, okay.
Obito is like. You gotta remember, I also know how the shit ends. Obito is like the main antagonist for like a second.
He's the main antagonist for a while. That second is gonna be like 100+ chapters.
No, it's not, bro.
Yes, the war is so long. You've lost perspective of how long Obito is relevant for.
They don't know it's Obito until so late in the game.
They don't, but you know it's Obito, so why would you not?
I didn't know it was Obito until so late in the game, so it's not Obito until it's Obito.
But you In the year 2025, no, it's Obito. So everything with Toby, everything that is building up to it, that's all Obito, and you know
Toby is
that.
Toby.
He is Toby. You gotta, you gotta read it, Tyler. I'm giving you homework. It's really good though.
Why did you call him Toby instead of Otobi?
Maybe that would be too obvious. It's still kind of, it's still somewhat obvious if you just think about that. But like when you see Toby, there's no expecting that he's gonna be an important character because he's such a goofball, and then he becomes incredibly important. So that's how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Well, if you read more, I will probably try to keep up with you. Maybe we talk about this again in like the pain arc or something.
Yeah.
Because that's like a good. It's a good three-parter series. We do this, the pain arc, and then the finale if we get there. Huh?
We'll get there when we get there.
Now, when that happens, no idea, because it's pretty long a stretch until then. But this was good. This was fun. What are your final
dude.
thoughts here on like the Sasuke retrieval arc and like expectations for your Shippuden reread and anything else you want to bring up? I feel like I had to do a lot of talking there at the end, even though you took the screenshots.
The art style was very nice. I enjoyed this art style a whole lot. I It's so clean to read. Honestly, it's such an easy read. It's very nice. The
Yeah,
characters have a lot of complexity to them, despite how simple the anime makes it look. Anytime there's a full page panel, I'm impressed. I'm like, God damn, like this actually seems like a lot of effort. Imagine drawing 1,000 Naruto's. That seems like that shit took forever.
yeah, 700 chapter series, bro, and like there's some bangers in the end art wise.
I'm excited to read more. We're gonna about to get to my favorite parts, some more of my favorite characters. Um,
So back then, we rated Shippuden higher than early Naruto, and I think like our reasoning, if I remember correctly, our reasoning was that Shippuden has lower lows, but it also has like all the highest highs in the series.
like Naruto as a kid is good, but Shippuden is great. Like
I think we were right back then. Where like Shippuden is because here's the thing, having gone through this, I know you said there were some dips. I think there's like no bad arc in this stretch. I think it's the most consistent part of Naruto. Like it's banger after. Sometimes it's like a little bit slow, but
mhm.
like every main story beat is hitting. Shippuden has some plot lines and characters I straight up remember not liking, and the war has like some of the best scenes in the entire series, but then also some just like straight up bad stuff if I remember. But overall, it ends up being the better portion of the story in my opinion because of like all the good stuff. So I'm excited to see if I'm right on that estimate. That's how I remember it. We'll see.
I think
Um,
so. I'll be looking forward to reading it. I think picking it back up after the Pain arc is a good idea because
yeah.
we will see if I keep reading after Pain.